Do you use, like, is it a good method to use music or not? 'Cause I use imagery and music combined to get me to where I need to be for that scene. But obviously, being in this class, I have done no music, and it's just been your imagery and what I can rely on from my past and what I can deal with, which I have my own baggage that I can deal with and go into that to get what I need.
Yeah.
But music, I know, can get me certain things, can get me into those moments like that.
That's something I've thought about quite a bit, like a lot. Because I'm a musician, and I think music does cut to it quick, like no other art. Like it really gets to you, you know? Okay. Yes and no. So none of these questions are ever easy to answer. Music can have a profound emotion, almost always has a profound emotional effect on you, whether it be soothing or irritation or love or whatever. And it can be equated to a memory, but it could be the music itself is affecting you for the first time. Like you've never heard this music before, and you go, oh my God, and you're moved. And I use music, I haven't in a while in classes, but I usually bring in Santa Barbara's Adagio, or we all dance to Peter Gabriel, or I get music, I use music as a way to like change the mirror neurons in the room to actually shift the emotional mood. That music can get you where you into a place that really affects you profoundly can be true. The problem is it may not be, and also it won't repeatedly. Because once that music is equated to a memory of being emotional, it becomes a touchstone only to the memory of it got me emotional, not to the emotion that it's creating. Do you know that? The reason why pictures, an object, a piece of music, an actual line of dialogue, or one specific image can only last so long is because it's being remembered into a connection to, oh, this got me emotional for my scene. Like you could be doing an emotional preparation and listen to some music and go, oh my God, that was so beautiful, and you cry and it's great for the scene. But on take two, you go, oh, this got me so emotional just a second ago. And now you're equating, your relationship to the music is shifted to about what it got you to, not about what it is in the first place. And music can lose its connectivity really quickly. I've used looking at a picture as a way to get me to go, oh fuck, and I go somewhere emotionally really deeply. But I know that I have to have 50 of them that I can flip out, because that picture is now equated to getting myself emotional. Do you understand? Whereas your imagination is endless. So you can always be reimagining the images in your head to get you where you gotta go. The problem with music is that the first time it might get you really connected. The second time it will get you into a mood. And moods
spelled backwards.
are, spelled backwards, Stella Adler's Doom, but moods are very bad for the actor. Because a mood is emotional, it's being internalized and causing an internal state, whereas we are always working on external emotional states. So one does not want to get moody. On the other hand, if I'm directing something, I didn't do that with the shows I was doing recently, but usually if I'm directing something, if I'm directing a theater for sure, I will choose a piece of music for your character, because I also want actors in different rhythms. But I'll say, I would need you to listen to Richard Strauss's 4 Last Songs, and I want you to listen to the Beatles' Revolver, you know, and I'll like hand out albums or songs, and then say, do you know it? And if you go, I do, I go, okay, I'll get you something else. Because I have to make sure you don't know it. I don't want you to have a memory to it. And then I'm going to give you the music, and then say, memorize your dialogue while listening to this music. And then I'll say, put this music on right before you act. But it's not to get emotional response, it's to get your character rhythm. So I use music always. I don't think I can remember ever walking on a stage or on set without having chosen what my character's music is. I associate my character with music, and then I'll listen to it on headphones or backstage or whatever prior to walking out. But it's not my emotional preparation, it's my emotional character's rhythm. I told you guys about The Buddy. Ever told about that? I did a movie that was very dark, very, very dark. Sister Blue is still out there if you want to find it. And all the characters are very dark, like very dark. But my character was the husband of the very dark woman who was named Buddy. And he was really up. He was a good guy. And I drove a convertible and I was in a great mood. And I was like, hey, come on, let's have a beer. And and you'd walk on set and it'd be like, oh, God. Like it was just, like everything's dark. Like the whole movie was just dark. So I would listen to Susie Q by Sarah. Oh, Susie Q. Oh, Susie Q. And I would actually go, tell me, just someone tap at me when we're rolling. And then I'd go, Susie Q. And they go, okay, and action. I go, hey guys, what do you think? A completely different rhythm from everybody else. And I actually, it's in the movie. I'm driving my convertible and I put it in the deck of the convertible. So it's in the movie. And at one point in a scene, I'm like, so, why don't we, and I'm packing that Susie Q on my thigh, because I'm like, he's got a different rhythm than they do. I've always got music in my head, as a human being. Now I got Susie Q in my head. Whereas for like Hamlet, I would spend all of the second act listening to Holst's Mars. And get into like this like rage. So, but I would be doing my emotional preparations while the music's playing. The music wasn't my emotional preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Catch that?
Yeah, so it's similar to what I was saying. Like, I'll have the music, but I'll emotionally prep with my visuals.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Don't choose the music because it reminds you of that person when, because very quickly that's gonna dissipate. It won't be very practical, you know?
Yeah.
What I do not use music for is to calm my nerves. Because I think people who are like, I'm nervous before a set, so I just sit there and I listen to Coldplay or whatever. Like I think what happens is it kind of causes you to go inside. Whereas you're trying to get your nerves out and be connected. So, you know, I'm singing songs. If I'm number in the top 3 on the call sheet, I'm singing out loud to the crew and stuff. You know? I'm like, hey, she watched Channel Zero! I'm like walking in, like as a way to make sure that I'm connected. That's Public Enemy. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant shit to me. Down and out racist. You guys don't know your Public Enemy? I'm really glad you recorded that. So like music, I think can give you kind of like an internal physical rhythm. It helps character. But I don't think it's, so yes, your answer to your question was yes, but I would not use it as the emotional preparation, because even if it works, it will only work once.